The history of Japanese lager goes back to the early days of Japanese brewing. Just like the rest of the modern world, they wanted great beer like Germany had, and so they did what Germany did, and they imported German brewmasters and they brought in German brewing equipment. The Germans set up and helped the Japanese get going, and what they quickly realized is that they did not have the near abundance of malted barley that they did in Germany, and needed to supplement with other ingredients to help keep the beer alive and a high quality. In Japan, they have abundance of rice and very, very high quality rice, and so they started integrating that into the brewing, not to dumb down the brewing or to make it more watery, but to actually add another flavor and to create another dimension. And then this developed into something that was uniquely their own, what we now know as Japanese lager. It's very delicate in nature. It leans into more of a realm of sake, where you have like very much like jasmine type characters. And then the hops play in a beautiful way off of that malt and that rice. This lends to a beer that's more delicate than a pilsner, but much more interesting than an industrial lager. We are super excited that Japanese lager is having a moment within the US craft beer scene right now. We're early adopters to the style, fits right into our wheelhouse. We took a historical context to brewing this beer from working with rice and high quality malted barley with a delicate touch on hops. Really trying to look back of if you were to brew a Japanese lager from many years ago of its original origin and do it in a craft perspective, what would it be? And that's where we've landed with Pfriem Japanese lager. Bright, clean, beautiful, but full flavored realm of beer, pairs excellent with food, great for drinking. And this has really been a proud moment for us to be able to have it available now year round. We're always looking for more nuance, different angles, new types of brewing techniques, and things that can broaden our palate. Japanese lager has really allowed us to do that with brewing with rice. We are using very, very high quality rice in its raw form, and we are able to convert it in our brew house through a serial cook process. The result is that we get this lovely flavor dimension that goes alongside of our malted barley that allows us to create another layer of nuance that showcases our portfolio of what we can do with lager beers. Winning gold at World Beer Cup last spring for Japanese lager was awesome. Always when you're up against your peers, but not only just our peers, but going up against some of the most high quality breweries in the world, to be recognized at a peer level for that is awesome. And several years ago, we also won gold at Great American Beer Festival for Japanese lager as well. It gets the brewing team pretty fired up. Drinking Japanese lager is a beautiful experience. It's very, very delicate in nature. The rice itself is slightly sweet, and then it's a different type of sweet than the barley offers, but it offers this really, really light base, similar as you would expect to have from like a fine sake. And what that does is it allows us to use hops very specifically, and then the hops lift off of it. And then we get these lovely like jasmine characters, a little bit of lemon. It lights up the palate and lifts it in a way that makes it a really, really clean and smooth and delicate drinking experience while still being dynamic, which maybe different than like our Pfriem lager that is a little bit more robust on the malt side and bigger on the sulfur, or compared to Pfriem Pilsner, which is going to be a lot more about the hops, and it's going to have a lot more overall expression from the hops. But all of these beers being very, very drinkable, but then Japanese lager itself, it has this very, very balanced, nuanced way that makes it a very unique and intriguing beer.